All right, everyone, grab your energy drink, grab your cigarettes. Has long been dwindling down into a smoldering pile of pronouns and wokeism and slaughtering anything and everything it can get its grubby little fucking paws on. And I say this because I like TV shows. I like discussing movies. I like discussing characters and character growth and character traits. It's not the fact that everyone has to have some kind of love interest, whether it be a gay relationship or a straight relationship or a mixed relationship somewhere in your story. It's not about that. Not really. I don't really care so much. It's just the constant political push, the constant neo politics and the gender pronoun war and all of that nonsense is just always put to the forefront. I watched Peacemaker recently, and while a decent series, it has so many issues. It constantly puts white people down. It constantly makes you the bad guy. It constantly says, oh, white supremacy is bad. Well, no fucking shit, white supremacy is bad. You don't need to throw it in every fucking modern television show. You don't need to have the bloviated nonsense that just keeps coming out and coming out and coming out. It just makes it so dull and lifeless. Leave your politics out of your script, please, because this will destroy the industry the more it keeps happening. And one of my good friends made a really good point. There comes a time when the pendulum swings the other way. It Politics is a pendulum. It'll swing left, it'll swing right, and it just goes back and forth. From the based era of the 80s to the more soft, political, whimsical of the 90s to the more edginess of the 2000s, and then we're back in the more neo political bullshit in the 2010s, and currently we're in the 2020s where everybody is sensitive, everybody's, you know, crying about everything. Uh, the Republicans are the evil. They're the evil. They're evil. Can you imagine 20 years ago, even back in the early 2000s, a cartoon would have a cross-dressing character and it would be funny because it is a joke. Now you have a cross-dressing character and they're non-binary and you have to be super serious. That is the difference that the left does not understand. They don't know how to write comedy. They don't know how to write story. They don't know how to write anything unless it is what they feel like. Now, of course, you have to write with feeling. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The problem, the absolute problem that I have with this is it's dull. It's lifeless. There's nobody is having fun. You can just tell when an actor or a character is having fun in what they do. Twisted Metal is a great example of characters who have fun. Good Omens kind of has that, but everybody just feels wrong. You know what I mean? Like everybody just feels sad and depressed, and it just feels like it could be a really fun show, and a lot of good moments are in that show. But it's so dwindles down because it's lifeless. A show like Lucifer, great show, fantastic show. Everybody has fun, even with the serious moments. And to top that off, its shows just keep magically going downhill. Well, it's not really magical, it's just how writers are. They have no sense of humor, they have no um, cognitive awareness of what's going on around them. They don't know how to build a story. They just throw member berries and then hope that that works. And it does to a certain degree. And they try to pander to the nostalgia of what they are working with, but it's not working in the way that they want. Sure, nostalgia does work as a marketing thing, but if you're going to put nostalgia as the basis, have a little bit of care in what you produce. Have a little bit of fun in what you produce. This is why I loved Twisted Metal so much. The show, the games too, but the show. Everybody had fun in the show. You can tell the characters had fun. Everything was taken to the over the top, right? And sometimes being over the top is is a little bit overbearing for a lot of characters. But for a show like that, you want it to be over the top. You want it to be just a little bit ridiculous. You want that kind of brevity in your show. And I'm talking about cartoons too. And cartoons, when a show gets rebooted or a show gets renewed, you take that those characters, slap a 2024, 2025 lens on everything, of course, it's gonna sound racist. It's gonna sound sexist. It's gonna sound all these really bad things that have just been a, a leftist word salad that makes no goddamn sense. It doesn't make sense. But if you look at it the right way, you can have fun with the characters. 2019 or 2020 Velma sucked so bad because there was no life to it. It was a one of it crushed. You crushed the soul that made Scooby Doo. And I'm glad that they took the dog out because that would have just been horrible. They slapped Velma's name on it, made her black, and then made everybody else a computer generated character. It gets old, guys. It gets old really fucking quick. I got a fly that's in my face right now. But it gets so boring and so lifeless that your show or a video game or movie just it it fades. It's not what you want. If you wanted to say push a message, you can do that. I'm not saying that you can't push a message. You can make the entire climax of the story about that message, but do it in a way that it's not preachy. It's not every 5 minutes. You don't need to say Nazis are bad every 5 minutes. We know. We get it. It's not white people are Nazis or Republicans. Or Republicans are fascist in every single aspect. Shut the fuck up. It's not. It's stop preaching. Stop doing things that are preachy. And that's all I wanted to say on this subject. I am your host, Liberty's Revenge. If you want to see more rants, hit like this video, comment, and subscribe. Also, I love Celsius. If I ever get a sponsorship for it, that'd be awesome.
I was born with a curse in my veins, raised by fire, sharpened by pain. Daddy taught me, boy, don't you cry. There's things in the dark that may grow.